Hey guys, this is Luckless Coin, doing a tutorial today on how to use the Dolly cameras in theatre mode. So this is the kill I'm going to be using. Dolly cameras are very good for tracking tomahawks, so this is a good example, I think. So firstly, we'll go into free camera mode by pressing Y, and then press either LB or RB to change to edit camera mode or dolly camera mode. You can't actually go into dolly camera mode until you've placed cameras in edit camera mode. So we'll go into edit camera mode, and the first thing we've got to do is we've got to find at what point the tomahawk is thrown, because if we can get that, then it would be a good, we can make the transition or the cameras go smoothly. So I have quite a few attempts at trying to get this point, trying to get the exact point that's thrown. You don't have to get this exact point. You can just do it before and after if you want, or some other point. You can play around with like angles. I'm gonna repeat that during this tutorial because you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. So here's the point that's thrown. What you do, you look up towards where it's gonna be thrown, and then you press R on the R stick, right stick even, and you got to make sure that you stay on the same side of the person and of the tomahawk every time you place it, because then it will actually look like it's following on that side. So you just go along placing these cameras every second. Just every time that it kind of bends in the air, you place one. When it bounces, just put a camera looking at it so you can actually see it bouncing, because otherwise you'll just see the floor when it hits the ground. And then go back towards it and capture the second that it hits the guy, like that. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, and should place it around there. Remember, still on the same side, and then have like a kind of zoom out bit at the end as well. Would be good. Okay, so once you place these, you'll see there's the line of where your tomahawk has been. This is like where you place your cameras. It's the transition. So on that line is where the camera is going to keep moving along, and it's usually really good, but it stays with the tomahawk every time. For me, you can actually see the camera following the tomahawk. If you see that, play it through. So go back to the start, and next you'll be wanting to edit the first camera, change the speed mode to fixed, and then change the speed to, well, you can change it to whatever you want, but I usually use about 0.4, 0.5, because that's about the speed that people normally follow tomahawks when they're not using dolly cameras. 0.5. There. So now you've changed that speed, it'll change it for all of the cameras in front of it. Like automatically it just changes. And then this last zoom out bit, you want it to be slightly different speed. I don't know why, it just looks better when it's slightly different. Here we go. So if we test that out, or are we gonna... Yeah, see, if you go into dolly camera mode now, and you press play,
Capture the
you'll
objective.
see
Securing A.
follows the tomahawk all the way through, always on that left side. It looks awesome. See, that bounce seemed a bit fast.
Enemy took C.
We need to slow down the bounce. So on this camera over over there, yeah, there you go. You change the speed. I didn't want to put it straight down to 0.1 because I didn't know what the speed could have been like if it was that. So I tried 0.3 at first. Just preview that. There we go.
Capture the objectives.
Probably should have edited this bit out actually, because it's not really much to look at. But yeah, it's still slightly too fast. So I then make this 0.1, as I should have done in the first place. And I think next at the start you don't want to start it from where the tomahawk's been thrown, because it will just, like, you can't see where the tomahawk's coming from. So what you want to do, you place a camera looking at your character at spawn, like that, and then as you can see, that's gonna still not be looking at your character all the time. So you need to place another camera. Whoops, that was edit camera mode rather than place camera. You can see it says insert camera marker, and it sometimes changes to edit camera. So you need to make sure you need to make sure it's on the right thing. And just make this transition slightly more smoother as well. See, a nice smooth line there. and change the speed of this. And we'll just preview it now.
Capture the objectives. Securing A.
Yep, that looks good. Lovely. So yeah, that's your dolly cameras all in place. So now, oh yeah, you can. I said before you can play around with the angles. I was just showing you that you could place them like anywhere, like so far high there, like all the way up there, and yeah, you could just experiment with the angles and with the speeds and with everything. And I haven't actually experimented much, I've just always done it like this.
Capture the objectives.
This is me recording it. You see the record is flashing red. If you just press X and A around, like, really quickly, X A, X A, X A. Obviously just once. And that'll record it for you. Just save the segment. And then the rest of it you should know yourself. That this clip duration is actually 29 seconds, which is really handy because
Capture the objectives.
if it's 30 or more, then you can't render it to,
Securing A.
well, it goes to the website, and then if you've linked the website to your YouTube, it'll go straight onto your YouTube. Obviously I don't need to do that, because I have a capture card. So yeah, 29 seconds or less is really good. Just save this. And then it'll upload. And then after that, you can select for playback in the menu, and then click render clip. And as I said, if it's 30 seconds or more, then you can't render it. But mine's 29 seconds, so that's good. So I skip through this. I'm not gonna make you watch me render it. But yeah, so that's it for the tutorial. And this is a Luckless coin signing out.